Welcome back. So as I was checking the video, as I was checking the video, I realized that you couldn't even see me. I thought I was in the shot. I thought I was in the frame, and you couldn't even see me. Well, I fixed it. I know where to stand, or rather, I know where to sit now. I'm gonna sit here. So hey, if you're watching this video right now, I want to tell you about. I want to give you some travel tips to Thailand. All right, here it goes. Here it goes. Thailand travel tips. Number one, don't listen to me about travel tips. Wrong. You're not supposed to discredit yourself before you give people advice. Yeah, well, here. The best advice I can give you is this, okay? Trust your gut, okay? Be careful, be cautious, trust your gut, and pay attention to news, okay? But also trust your gut, all right? I say all of that to say this. When I book flights and when I board planes, I pray and I choose carefully. I'm gonna give you an example. More than 10 years ago, when I was trying to travel to this region, there were a lot of Air Asia plane crashes, and it's a cheap, it's a budget airlines, budget carrier, so it would have behooved me to fly Air Asia because of course it was cheap and I could, you know, quote unquote afford it. But with those airplanes flying out of the sky, skidding down the runway and all that kind of nonsense, well, I couldn't afford that, right? That was a risk I wasn't ready to take. So what I'm saying to you is pay attention to the news, and if you don't trust, a certain airlines based upon the news that you've heard, then follow your gut. Follow your instincts. I'm not risking myself on any of those airlines. I see those cheap prices and I'm like, no thanks. All right. That's not to say that other airlines are infallible. That's not true, right? Any disaster, anything can happen on any airlines. So we have to stay prayed up, and we have to live every day as it is. It's a gift, it's a present, and we have to live our lives to the fullest. So, uh, so the advice would be check your budget, look at the airlines, look at the flights that you potentially want to take, and trust your gut and follow through. I mean, that's what got me here. I looked at the flights. It takes a little savvy. It takes a little savviness, right? To be savvy, to be a savvy traveler. Oh, I forgot. Did I introduce myself? My name is Larry. My belly is big. My beard is gray. My hair is long. I know you already noticed it, but I just had to let you reiterate it. Um, so with these flights and these airlines, yeah, I flew from Los Angeles initially, and then I flew to Japan. $400. It was less than $500 for one way to Japan. I thought that was awesome. Going back, it's not going to be as that. I think it's going to be $600 to get from Japan back to LA. $1,000 round trip. That's great. That's beautiful. All right. What else? To get from Japan to Korea was $150 around there. From Korea to Thailand, another $150. This was beautiful. All of this stuff is just beautiful. These prices are just wonderful. So, you find your deals, and then you find the airlines that you want to fly with. You find the deal and you go. You know? That's my advice. And then you make your way here. I have to say I've been here before, so I knew how to navigate the train from the airport into the city. I knew how to do that. I had done that before. Experience is the best teacher. Experience, boy, oh boy. I tell you, experience will have you right. Will get you right. So I got in to Bangkok. I got into my hostel. One thing I didn't do in Japan or in Korea is buy a SIM card. Well, I did. I bought an eSIM. I trusted. I tried to trust one of these companies, and it was okay, the service. But when I came to Thailand, I made sure. You know what it was? In Japan already has, especially Tokyo. Tokyo is the most expensive, city in the world. I don't know if it's still ranked that way, but I remember it being ranked that high. So the impression was if you go into Tokyo, you're going to you're going to spend a pretty penny, and I had to protect against that. So I didn't go. I didn't pay for the SIM card while I was in Tokyo. Then in Korea, I didn't do that either. I paid for the eSIM, which was like 9.99, some little program, but I used Wi-Fi, and outside of Wi-Fi, I didn't have any access to any data or anything like that. But when I came to Thailand, because I figured my dollars are gonna go farther. Got a spider on me, buddy, and the spider jumps too. Jeez. So he jumped. You don't jump on my face. Get out of here, man. All right, he jumped off of me. Oh. Yeah, so, as I was saying, I came to Thailand, and my idea, the impression was that in Thailand, I could afford things, better than I could, especially in Japan. So I sprung for the SIM card. I got the SIM card for like $30 at the airport, and my phone worked immediately, and continued to work. And that was a beautiful addition. So experience has taught me that you should buy a SIM card every time you move to a new country. But see, how I traveled in the past is I wouldn't just travel to a country for a few days or even a week. I'd stay there for quite a long time. In Spain, I was there for 1 month. Yeah, I was in Spain for 1 month. And, where else? La di da di da. In Peru, I was there for 1 month. And something's moving. That lizard is up there. I don't want him to fall on me. In in South Korea, I lived there for 9 years. I had a SIM card then. I had a whole data plan and a new cell phone and all that kind of stuff. I was trying to just live there, just trying to be there forever. Japan, well, I told you about Japan. I would stay in Japan for less than 5 days. So I never really sprung for the SIM card. But Thailand, I figured I could afford it, so I said I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. Are you looking at my belly? Man, I've been getting a lot of attention for my belly in Thailand. I know, it's big. I know it's big. My beard is gray. I know. My hair is long. Yes, that's who I am. This is me. Okay. I need to exercise more. I need to. Today I had a Thai tea which has condensed milk in it. Like what am I doing? Condensed milk? That's just sugar on sugar on sugar, right? Dairy? Oh, come on now. So as I was saying, yeah, just trust your gut. Take the flight. I mean, of course, you need to have a passport wherever you go. So you need to have your passport. These little things that, I mean, I actually take them for granted. My passport doesn't expire for the next 3 years. In your case, I don't know what it is. Maybe you've never traveled before. Maybe you have already traveled, but You should know how many pages you have in your passport. You know how many years you have, how many months you have before your passport expires, and don't let your passport expire. Don't travel too close, too near the passport expiration date. That's just common sense. They don't want you traveling. They don't want you moving like that. You need to make sure you give yourself slack, right? All right. So, I'm supposed to be giving travel advice right now. So you book your flights, you get on those airplanes, you pray, you make your moves, you end up where you end up. Um, Specific to Thailand, the TDAC, the Thailand TDAC Arrival Card, Thailand Destination, Thailand something, Thailand, not Thailand Departure, Arrival. It's the arrival card, the TDAC, TDAC, okay? This is really important. When you get to Thailand, you need to have that filled out. They want you to fill it out before you arrive in Thailand, but if you don't, you can do it at the airport. In my case, I didn't know that that had to be filled out. So I waited in the line, and when I got to the front of the line, they were like, "What are you doing, man? Get out of line, go back, fill out that information and then stand back in line." So, I probably wasted, 30 minutes at the airport like that. There was this other guy, this tall white dude who was in a rush. He was just moving. He was like, "Oh, why do I have to stand in line?" And I was like, "Man, what's your deal?" But then at the same time, it's kind of like, you know what? He probably knows something that I don't know. And and I think he did know because I think he had his TDAC filled out. I don't know if he made the same mistake I did, and he was like, "Oh, I'm tired of this. Let me just get out of here." Or if he was prepared and he had filled out the TDAC and he was just like, "Let me go. I'm ready to go." But he was moving. And when I looked around, he was gone. He had passed through customs and everything. And I was like, "Oh, well, he was prepared." So I wasn't prepared. But you, on the other hand, look into the TDAC, TDAC, before you come to Thailand, and then yeah, fill it out. Or if you wait to get to the airport, make sure that before you stand in that immigration line, the customs line, you fill out that TDAC right before you get in that line, so you don't have to step out of line and fill it out and all that kind of stuff. That was the major hiccup when I got to Thailand. It was the TDAC. After that, I was in the country and everything was smooth sailing since then. Everything has been smooth sailing since then. Yep. Yep. All right. That's my travel advice. Trust your gut. Choose wisely the airlines that you fly on, and enjoy yourself.